Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Labour, let me hear you. Fantastic. I claim victory for this constituency. Let me hear you, Labour. Victory is ours. Victory for the Morne Jaune Riviere Cyrique constituency. Let me acknowledge the presence of our Prime Minister, the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, my colleague candidate, the Honorable Peter Sanger, and neighbor, members of my team at my back, John T. and Mr. Pascal, Mr. Carbon, Laborites of La Plaine, let me see you and let me hear you. Laborites of the Ulysses, of Castlebrose, I can't see, the lights are on my face. And most of all, my beloved members of this constituency, of Morne Jaune, of Riviere Cyrique, of Fouéal, of Grand Fort, Newfoundland, Rosalie. I bring you greetings from all my constituents because we are satisfied that Labour had to travail. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sure that you will agree that the progress that has been made during my tenure as parliamentary representative of this constituency is one that is overwhelming. If you reflect back, just 5 years ago, I was standing right here when you came in here in massive numbers to endorse my candidacy. And you did so because you, the people of this constituency, realized that you were left in 19 years of opposition. 19 years of backwardness, selfishness by the United Workers' Party. In this constituency, my fellow constituents, we have seen improvements in access to water supplies in our homes, especially in Grand Fort, through the construction of a $2.5 million water supply. And this water supply has the capacity to serve even my dear villagers of Riviere Cyrique and Morne Jaune. We have seen the development of improved road networks in Grand Fort. You drive today and you're seeing road improvements that have never ever been seen in the history of this community. Nous qu'à travail. We have seen road improvements in this village. You look around, just on my left, you're seeing road improvements here to Montfrégard. In my right, road improvements to Tayam. You move north, rather south, into Morne Jaune, you will see road improvements that have never been seen before in this constituency. My dear brothers and sisters, we have seen road improvements in Fouéal. And we can go on and on and on talking about the various developments in infrastructure. We have seen, my dear constituents, improvements in our playing fields. We saw the grading of the Morne Jaune playing field. We saw some improvements on the Riviere Cyrique playing field. And most importantly, we saw the development of a new playing field in Grand Fond, a playing field that will for sure improve the social life of the young people of Grand Fond and other persons who will make use of this playing field. This, I believe, will enhance the social as well as the sporting skills of many of our young people who reside in this constituency. In terms of the human resource development, many of our youth in this constituency are either employed with the National Employment Program, are studying also overseas, or are attending colleges at the Dominica State College. These are all the initiatives that the Dominica Labour Party put in place to make life better for people of this constituency and Dominica by extension. Constituents here have also experienced support to education, such as transportation of our students to and from school, both at the secondary schools and at our college. And right here in this village, my dear constituents, we are seeing today history being created because our children of Morne Jaune, our children of Riviere Cyrique Constituency are now being transported to the Morne Jaune Primary School.
Labour working, Labour working, Labour working, Labour working.
People of Riviere Cyrique now listening, you know the trials and tribulations that you had when you walked to the Morne Jaune Primary School. And today, opportunities are now being made available to ensure that our children no longer walk in the rain and sun, no longer walk with the tallest, but they now can be transported to the Morne Jaune Primary School safe and sound. This is an effort to give you, the parents, all the necessary time to take care of your homes or even to engage yourselves in your farming activities to earn extra income for your people. And this could only be done by the Dominica Labour Party.
Labour working, Labour working, Labour working.
Added to this, my dear brothers and sisters, is the fact that when you look at the children and how they're dressed, so well dressed, getting on board of the buses with their uniforms and their shoes, and all what makes a child look well groomed. This is what the Labour Party has done. It has transformed our children and making them look quite well at school. We can't forget, my dear brothers and sisters, the school transfer grants to assist new entrants into the secondary schools. The Yes We Care program that is doing such wonderful things for our people, a program that was never envisioned by the Workers' Party. And this program, all of us realizes, is touching the lives of our elderly people. Labour Katova, my people. We saw recently again a $200 pension for citizens who are 70 years and above. Yes, my fellow constituents, we must vote Labour. We must vote Ivor Stephenson. And we're going to put the eggs by the shoe. Labour Katwavai. Residents of this constituency, we will agree that they have benefited tremendously from the housing program. We walk around, we move around, we see the various improvements in housing. We see repairs that have been done to our buildings. The old galvanage that existed, where persons suffered leaks at nights when we suffered with serious showers of rain. And today, our elderly people, our children, husbands and wives are now sleeping comfortable because you paka muye. OT workers, Layotaye, didn't they serve this constituency? Why did they not have the plan to ensure that they relieve you of those problems of housing? Ladies and gentlemen, Labour has worked in this constituency. And I can say to you that I'm proud to have served you as a parliamentary representative for this constituency.
Labour working, Labour working, Labour working.
You, my dear people of this constituency, have made me feel proud as your pal rep. And you know that I have served you well, because that is why you're going to ensure that you put Ivor Stephenson back come December 8th, 2014. Beloved constituents, I want to say to you that the man that is presenting himself as pal rep cannot come with any track record that can be compared to that of Ivor Stephenson. And I'm going to say so to some of my constituents, especially my dear beloved villagers of Riviere Cyrique. Let us make comparisons between Ivor Stephenson and Thompson Fontaine. Ivor Stephenson, coming from a humble beginning, a man who grew up right here in this community, attended the Morne Jaune Primary School. Thompson attended the Grandfont Primary School. Ivor Stephenson attended the Dominica Grammar School. Thompson Fontaine, the Dominica St. Mary's Academy. Ivor Stephenson went to colleges and universities. Thompson Fontaine went to colleges and universities. Thompson Fontaine is an economist. Ivor Stephenson is environmentalist. So he have education, I have education. So when they say about doctor, tell them I say that I have my education and I have the capacity to serve you, the people of this constituency.
5 more years. 5 more years.
But let me tell you more about Ivor Stephenson. Ivor Stephenson is a farmer and he has done farming for over 40 years. And he can tell you about the cultivation of bananas and rabbit rearing and all what it takes to do with a well-diversified farm. Thompson Fontaine can tell you about a piece of rock that he has in Rosalie where he intended to plant peppers, and he knows for sure in his attempt to plant peppers, he was unable to not even put one plant in soil. Thompson Fontaine is the one who is now telling you to go and plant vetiver to earn income. Ivor Stephenson is the man who has been engaged in several organizations within the Southeast. I have worked and served the Southeast Tourism Association. I have worked and served with the Southeast Calypso Association. Where was Thompson then? Where was he? IMF, making big money, while I was serving my community and country. Ivor Stephenson has been the man involved in church activities and playing the guitar and piano for them. Where was Thompson Fontaine? Oh, Laitiaye, my dear people. Ivor Stephenson has been in the credit union movement, right here at St. David's, on the credit committee and on the board level, taking time off at night and signing the loans for the people to grow their bananas and their dashing. That was the service I was doing to my community when Thompson was overseas in IMF and living his big life. So when I stand here this evening, my dear brothers and sisters, I'm talking here as a man who has served my community with pride and my country with pride. So when he comes here and try to fool my people by coming up with his big qualifications, I want to remind you, my dear people of Riviere Cyrique, that do not forget that I have served you and served you well. And that is why I appeal to you, my dear supporters, non-supporters, undecided voters, and all the United Worker Party supporters are now listening, that come December 8th, you must vote Ivor Stephenson. You must vote Ivor Stephenson because I have made my contribution to the development of this community. And as a result of my commitment towards serving you, I am pretty sure that you will put me in again December 8th. You're going to put me in come December 8th because I have started my work and I need to continue. How can we allow a man who has never served you to want to come here today and tell you that he wants to start to build your community? It makes no sense, my people. Makes no sense. I have been there and I will continue the development that I have started. Because you know that I have brought in here relief to you, my people. I have brought in relief to the residents of Fuel by ensuring that they have now a reliable source of water. I have improved the lighting conditions of the villages of Morne Jaune, Riviere Cyrique and Grand Fond. You no longer need flashlights. You can walk safely to your homes. What did the United Workers Party do for the development of this community? What did they do, my people? And this is the cries of the people who support the Workers' Party. They are admitting that the United Workers' Party did nothing for this constituency, much less for themselves. And this party, I can tell you, has really oppressed its own supporters. They have oppressed its own supporters in every area of development. Bad roads, cheating us in the area of agriculture, not allowing us to receive $1 per pound, ensuring that we worked in misery, allowing us to ensure that our houses continue to leak, and you just name it. That is what the United Workers' Party had for us. And I thank the people of this constituency ever so much for putting me in this constituency for the last 5 years, and I will serve you one more time. And let me tell you why I will serve you one more time, my people. I will serve you because you are caring and loving people. And because you are caring and loving people, you will be tolerant to ensure that I do the work that you want me to do. And you know, sir, because I have been in touch with you. I have been visiting your homes. I've been listening to your cries and your concerns. What has Thompson been doing? This is the man that is presenting himself as a candidate. Where has he been since election campaign began? Where is Thompson? Please tell me, my people. This is the man the people are saying has not been seen. They have not seen his faces. And when he drives to the community, he does not have the courage to stop. In fact, when he sees a red, he drives faster. When he visits a home and they say, I'm ready, he makes a right about turn. Is this the person you want to represent you? Riviere Cyrique people, are you listening? Are you hearing? We have to have a conscience. And a conscience where when someone has served you and continues to serve you, you need, when you go to the polls come December 8th, to use that good conscience and put the X by Ivor Stephenson.
Dominica, 5 more years.
Yes, my dear brothers, I can tell you that I will continue to serve you because there are much more things to be done in this constituency. We are looking for sure at the constant development of our infrastructure. We have to ensure that we improve the roads in Montfregard, and funding will be made available under the banana accompanying measures to improve the road from Montfregard into Frayal. We're talking about this farm access road. In Platte, my dear people, work has already begun by ensuring that villagers can access lots for the construction of their own homes. We already have in Platte 10 lots that have been surveyed to make available to persons who wish to construct their homes in Platte, sorry. There will be the continued construction or rehabilitation of our village roads, such as the access to the Fonda area. In Grand Fond, we will continue the development of our access roads, our back roads, the resurfacing of our back roads, the continued improvement of our main road from Rosalie into Grand Fond, and putting the necessary safety measures like rails to make sure that when we drive through Grand Fond, we have good, improved road conditions. In Morne Jaune, in road infrastructure, we will continue to improve the road infrastructure, especially from the Four Corners area into the Clem Felix area. We'll continue to ensure that we improve the water conditions of the villagers of Riviere Cyrique and Morne Jaune. We know that presently our villagers of Morne Jaune are experiencing sometimes shortages of water. But my dear people, I can tell you that the construction of the 60,000 gallon tank in Grand Fond, funds will be sought to ensure that we extend the water supply distribution system from Grand Fond into the villages of Riviere Cyrique and then into Morne Jaune to ensure that we make life for the people of this constituency. This is about labor, my people. I be labor katwavai.
Labor working, labor working, labor working.
In terms of education, we will continue to provide the educational needs of this constituency. Our children will continue to get the $500 grant when they sit the grade 6 exams and they are to move into the Castleberry Secondary School. Do you want Labour to take this off from you? Do you want the Workers' Party to take this off? I know that you, the people of this constituency, are intelligent people, and you will ensure that you will put me in to ensure that our children get this continued assistance in education. In terms of our continued development, we will ensure that we have more street lights. More street lights for our people. Because you look at the villages of Morne Jaune and Riviere Cyrique, you walk between Morne Jaune and Riviere Cyrique, these areas are dark. And especially when we leave or move to these areas, we are aware that, especially in times like now, when we have rainy weather conditions, that we need to walk much safer on the roads. My dear people of this constituency, I want to tell you that come December 8th, 2014, you are going to put Ivor Stephenson back to the polls. I'm very confident that you will put me, because when you move around this constituency, the voices are that Labour katwavai, and we must put Labour back. I can assure you, my people, that my dear people, that you have worked with me over the past years. I am very confident that you have given me the time to work with you. And I know that I am the better person to serve you. Fontaine is a disappointment. Fontaine continues to say so many lies about his own community. Fontaine continues to attack the very same playing field that we know in Grand Fond is important to the young people. Fontaine recently made statements about the old playing field, insulting our people, saying that we went in there to put in tarish to destroy or to prevent our people from playing football. Thompson is the one that is discouraging our persons, telling them that the water supply that we gave you in Grandford was not important. And we know the struggles that we have had in the upper sections of Grandford, not having that access to ensure that we had that frequent supplies of water. But this is a man that is telling us today that water supply is not important. So we can see, my dear people, that this is a man that cannot serve you. This is a man that does not know his people. He does not know his community. He does not know his constituency. He does not know the roads. He does not know what it is about agriculture and the way of living of his people. And that is why I can tell you, my dear people, that you have to support Labour. You have to support Ivor Stephenson. I can assure you that come December 8th, when you put me there as PAL rep, I will serve you. And I appeal to my dear people of Riviere Cyrique and Morne Jaune. I have worked in this community. I have served you. And please, when you get to the polls, come next week, Monday, let your conscience serve you right. Serve me right also by putting me here to represent you. You know that Thompson will not do better than I. I have started my work and I want to continue. And when you put me in, I will make you proud. I want to say to you, my people, that you have been a loving people. You have been a patient people. That is about Labour. Labour is about love, about caring. This is Labour. My people, we are not about being disgruntled. We are not about vexation. We are not about division. That is for workers. But because we are one big Labour family, we will continue to ensure that Labour stands strong come December 8th. Vote Ivor. I love you. And I'm hoping to see you stronger this time. Not with 5, but with 2005. We are going to be strong. And I can tell you, I will be happy and you will be happy. I love you. Good evening. And it has been a pleasure always serving you for the last 5 years. Thank you.